So I am slightly late to the end of year book tag. I think normally we do this one in November, but I think I've always ended up doing it at the beginning of December anyway. So welcome to my end of year book tag 2020. Welcome back and welcome to another Vlogmas video. If you're new here, just welcome. My name is Katrina. Normally I make bookish content here on this channel at least twice a week, and then movie reviews here at the weekend, but at the minute we are putting out content every day because it is Vlogmas, but sticking to my movie themed videos on a Sunday. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on future bookish content from me, and hit that notification bell because I do have a few live videos coming your way, so you're going to want to be notified of those. The end of year book tag questions will be in the description box below in case you have not done this tag this year yet either. Let me know in comments if you do this tag, because then I can come and watch it and leave you a comment as well. So let's jump right in. Of course, the original video will be linked down below. I will leave my Vlogmas playlist linked up here in case you have missed it, and in a moment I will also leave last year's end of year book tag linked up above so you can see the difference as well. So question number one, are there any books you have started this year that you need to finish? There aren't any books that I've DNF'd that I'm planning on going back to, but as of filming this, I'm currently in the middle of 3 books, of course. I am currently reading Crazy Stupid Bromance, which is the new book, the 3rd book in the Bromance book club series by Lyssa Adams. I am enjoying this one an awful lot, and it features a cat cafe called Toe Beans. Like, how clever is that? I don't know if it was featured in the previous book. It doesn't stick in my memory as having been featured in the previous book, but Toe Beans, because of the cat Toe Beans and coffee beans. Love that. And I'm also in the middle of reading Hopeful Hearts at Glendale Hall. The Crazy Stupid Bromance is an audiobook and this one is an ebook, and so to complete the trio, we have the physical book I am reading this time next year by Sophie Cousens. I'm doing this as a buddy read with my lovely friend Hayley. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, I'll be finished all 3 of these. Keep fingers crossed for me. Give this video a like and we might make that happen. Do you have an autumnal book to transition you into the end of the year? So I do not have an autumnal book. However, I do feel like this time next year, because it is a New Year's book, this one is an excellent one into transitioning you into the end of the year. But linking into kind of the next couple of questions, I also feel like when I start reading January next year, as we are 2021 releases, then that kind of transitions me into the end of the year as well. But because this is like New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, New Year, New Chance kind of book, then I think that this one is a good one for doing that. Then yeah, the next question is there a new release that you are still waiting for? So this one came out as an ebook in the UK on the 30th of November, but comes out as an audiobook and a physical book, and has been pushed since it was meant to come out right at the start of 2020, I think like March, April time, and obviously it was one of the ones that got pushed, and so I've waited for this one for so long, but I have had a review copy of it for this time, so I'm kind of like waiting for it but not really. But yeah, the audiobook and physical book come out December 26th, but the ebook is already out, so we're kind of waiting for this one, but I'm going to start reading it soon. And this one is Confessions of a 40-something Fuck-Up by Alexandra Potter. So if you haven't seen my romance takeover readathon TBR, I'll leave it linked up above. It's on that TBR, so I'm hoping to read it by the end of this week. Again, fingers crossed. I'm like, I'm going to finish this by the time you're seeing this. I'm going to finish this. Apparently, I'm going to spend all my time between now and then reading. What are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? As if those other books weren't enough. So I mentioned transitioning into the end of the year by reading some January releases. So let's talk about a couple of January releases I want to read. I want to read The Island by C.L. Taylor, which is her new YA thriller, which comes out on the 21st of January in the UK. It does have a different cover than that, but I really like that cover, so I'm sticking with it. Another book that was pushed to be a January release, this one comes out on the 5th of January, so I definitely want to have this one read by the end of December. This is Siri Who Am I by Sam Toshida. This is I think it's adult contemporary and not young adult contemporary, but it might be YA. Basically, a girl wakes up with amnesia and has to get Siri to help her get her life back, to work out who she is and who everyone else in her life is. And then another one that comes out on the 21st January in the UK. Everyone has been raving about this one, but saying that it makes them cry. So this one is on my December TBR, and I said in that video that I've been intimidated to read it because I didn't want to be sobbing. So I need to, like, you know, set the mood for this one, set a happy tone, and then kind of read it and just deal with the fallout. And this one is Rescue Me by Sarah Manning. Two lonely people, one good dog. So, you know, it's a book that has a dog in it that's making people cry. That's already starting to worry me. But those are three that I definitely want to have read by the end of the year, as well as the other ones that I've just talked about. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favourite book of the year? Yes. Any of the books that I've talked about so far, basically. I've got a couple of other like thrillers on my TBR, and I haven't read a whole lot of thrillers recently, so I think I'm probably going to be blown away by those. I also have Influence, which is by Sarah Shepherd and Lila Buckingham, which is to do with it's a thriller to do with like online following. So she's an influencer online and then has a sort of stalker, and I think that one could be really good. I also am planning on reading Booked for Christmas, a short story by Lily Menon, aka Sandia Menon, and I know how much Sandia Menon is into rom-coms. We share a love of Sophie Kinsella, and so this one could really blow me away. Although it's a short story, not a book, I'm hoping that I'm really gonna like this time next year. So far I'm really enjoying Undercover Bromance and Hopeful Hearts at Glendale Hall. So yeah, any of the books mentioned here have the potential to be a favourite book of the year. I tend to, though, not go for, when I'm making my top 10s and what have you, not go for books that I've read this year that are released next year, just because I want them to be part of the 2021 kind of best of list that I make. So some of those ones that I'm going to be reading that are released next year probably won't make it onto the favourites of this year, just because we are nearly now at the point of having read 300 books this year, and so we need to give those books a chance, definitely. And have you already started making reading plans for 2021? Yes, I've kind of alluded to that the entire way through the video. My TBRs are generally books that are released that month, or if there are not many of them, books that are released the month after, any book to movie adaptations, and then sort of other books that I have from the library. So I am already planning on reading. I have books in my Kindle that are released up until May. The new Paula Hawkins was announced, and that comes out in August. There are other books that we know that authors release their books in July or September. Some of my auto-buy authors release their books July or September, and so I already have those reading plans. I think I have something like somewhere between 7 and 10 January releases already, and so I want to get to those. And yeah, any other book to movie adaptations that are coming out, I'll want to read those. Obviously, there's always the goal of reading everything I've got on my shelves back here and on my shelf on my Kindle. So yes, always have reading plans for 2021. Let me know in the comments below what you are planning on trying to read before the end of the year. I'd be interested to see if anyone's going down the road of like super festive, or sort of rereading favourites, or moving into like a different genre like thrillers, or are you planning on reading like longer books or shorter books because you have more or less time over the festive period? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Like I say, hopefully that will help me finish the books that I am currently reading and move on to all the others that I want to read by the end of the year. Make sure you are subscribed so that my next Vlogmas video lands in your subscription feed, and hit that notification bell to be notified, especially when I'm doing those live videos. I have some more coming your way, very excitingly. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you with my next video.